Hello there, good day and welcome back. Today we're going to be covering section 4 of chapter 5, which is going to be a Hello World program. Before we do it, let's talk a little bit about the language we're learning, which is JavaScript. Now, some of the core features of JavaScript are it's high level, which means that it makes a lot of things easier to do in the language, including reading and writing. It gets rid of some of the boilerplate and fluff, and it's pretty forgiving, as you will see. It's dynamic, which I'm not going to focus on right now. And the type thing, again, we'll see that why it's flexible when it comes to different types of data and how you manipulate it. The other thing is that it's interpreted. This we saw already. I showed that in the first video in JavaScript, how when I covered different programming language, how you can write code, have it compile, then run it. And in JavaScript, you just write some code, pass it to an interpreter, and you get your result. Okay, so those are core features of the JavaScript language, and you can go to Wikipedia and follow this link and see even learn more about the language. But we're going to be covering what we need to in this course. We're going to start off writing code by doing something that's been done for a very long time, and that is the typical Hello World program. In any programming language, pretty much these days, somebody go show you a new language, they're going to show you a Hello World program. Now, this was started back, well, it got really popular with C, but it actually can be traced back to even earlier. And you can go to Wikipedia and tell you about the history of the Hello World program. And so this is how I started learning C, Hello World, and just about any other language I've learned since then. It's always the Hello World. So the purpose of the Hello World is to show you one of the simplest programs that you can write in that language and still show you a number of features of the language, okay? So let's get to it and let's look at our Hello World for JavaScript. So here I'm in the command line and I've cat the file to show is the same as what I have in brackets, and I'm going to run it. So I'm going to say node, node hello world, just like we had before, and as expected, I get hello world. Now, before I continue, I want to show you how many concepts are packed into this one little program. What we have here is called a statement. This entire line is statement. So it just so happened that I have one statement on one line, but I could have ended my statement with a semicolon. Some programming languages require you to have something to terminate the statement, to mark the end of the statement, like C, C++, Java, all use semicolon. But in JavaScript, a semicolon is optional. If I want to use, I'm going to copy this statement and go to another line, and I'm going to paste it. I just put a space there, empty line, so you can see it easily. And so I have two statements in my program now, and I can say hello world or hello you, and there's another statement. All right, now, so we have this concept of a statement, and then this statement composed of a number of other things. This is, you see how this is highlighted in purple here for me? This is a function call. How do I know a function call? Well, a function call in JavaScript and most programming language is you have the function name, open parentheses, and then arguments to the function, right? And so if the function takes multiple arguments, you'll have a comma separated in the arguments, and so you have arg, argument 1, arg2, and blah, 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 blah. I keep going until you get argn, how many arguments you want to pass that function or how many it takes, right? So we have a function call here. The function is called log, and we call it with the argument here, just everything that's enclosed in double quotes. This is our argument. Now, this argument have a certain type. Because our argument here is in double quotes, we know that this type of this argument is a string. Now, in JavaScript, you can put your string in double quote or single quote. Different languages, different things. In some languages, when you use a string, you have to use double quote, and a single quote means something very different. In JavaScript, single quote and double quote means the same thing. You can say hello, and then that's one string, and then world, and then there's another string, right? Now, this dot is called a resolution operator, or membership resolution operator, or just a dot operator if you just want to be simple. And what it does, it says, I want to call the log function who's a member of this console object. So we have another concept here. We have an object, the concept of an object, the concept of a dot operator or a membership operator. And then we also, as before, have this concept of a function. So this simple program we have introduces a number of concepts. It introduces the concept of statement. It introduces the concept of a function. It introduces the concept of a function call, right? It uses the concept of calling a function with function arguments, one or more arguments. And it introduces the concept of membership, right? And using the dot resolution operator, the dot operator, or right? And it introduces the concept of an object, right? To which other things can belong, like this function could belong to an object. Now, in the slide, I showed you something else. And what I just typed here is a comment. As you can see the color of it, I can save my code. And I'm going to say cat. And you can see the comment there. But then when I run the code, it ignores everything that's in the comment. No comment. So in programming languages, there's the idea of a comment. And it's a way for you to make and leave messages and hints for yourself and other developers, and have the computer or compiler ignore it. And so here's our multi-line comment. But in the slides, you saw I had a single line comment, which was my hello world computer program or something like that, I think is what I said, right? And so that's a single line comment. So there are two types of comment. Once you want to do a single line, or if you have a lot to say, you do multi-line. And so all these concepts that we're covering in this very, very simple program. All right? These are all the things that were covered in this very simple program. So I'm going to review this back in the slide and show you. So there we go. That's it. Let's summarize. Okay, so to wrap up, we look at statement, function call, function arguments, and object, the console object. The function we call was log. Member resolution, using the dot to say that the log function that belongs to this object. And then we look at comments, single line comments and multi-line comments. All right, that seemed to be a lot, but look at all the concepts that were packed into that simple program, the Hello World program. So Hello World program looks simple, but deceivingly simple, but a lot of concept there. So thank you, goodbye, see you in the next video.